Okay, let's look at Direkte and Indirekte Rede, which is direct and indirect speech, or also known as reported speech in English. And they are divided into statements, questions, and commands. And for statements, when you report on what someone else has said, you use the word that. James says, I'm hungry, and if you report it, you say, James says that he is hungry. So you instinctively in English you put in the word that. In Afrikaans, that is dat. So you're always going to use the word dat to report what someone else has said. Now dat is a conjunction, and you'll recall that from the sections on conjunctions, that dat is in group 3. So anything that goes after dat is going to affect that verb 1 after dat. Okay, so just remember that. The other thing that's difficult about Direkte and Indirekte Rede is pronouns. James says, I'm hungry. James said that he is hungry. So that he, it's instinctive when you're an English speaker, but you need to know your pronouns in Afrikaans. And if you struggle with pronouns, there is a section in both these books on pronouns just to help you sort them out, and they can be tricky. Okay, like we'll see now in our examples, they can become quite difficult. But we'll also when we look at questions, you'll see how the pronouns can get quite tricky. Anyway, let's do our examples. Enough talking. Kate said die kos is heerlik. So if you want to report what Kate said, Kate says that the food is delicious. Kate sê dat die kos. Now our verb 1 there is. That's the one we need to move to the end of the sentence when we put in dat. There's dat that we put in. It's group 3, so the is can't stay there because the dat's going to move it to the end. Kate said dat die kos heerlik is. And always when you're moving a verb to the end, just have a look at what's going on in the end of the sentence. There's nothing stopping the is from going to the end. Okay, it's a turbo verb in any case, so it can jump other verbs as well. Alright, let's look at our second example. Die man sê, ek wil vandag die rugby kyk. The man says that he wants to watch the rugby today. Die man sê dat, die man sê dat he wants to watch rugby today, that hy, okay, vandag die rugby. Now we need to, so we've put in the dat, we've changed the pronoun, ek changed to hy. It makes sense in this instance to change it. There's your verb 1. It's a helping verb, so you know it's not going to go right to the end. It's going to bump onto the other verb at the end, which is kyk. Okay, die man sê dat hy vandag die rugby wil kyk. Do not change the form of the helping verb. Don't just go, oh, wil must change to wou. It only changes when the sentence needs to change into the past tense. Remember, that's when they flip form. Okay. Die man sê dat hy vandag die rugby wil kyk. And there's your wil. Okay. Our next example. Let's move up a bit. Die vrou sê, ek kan die koek bak. The lady says that she can bake the cake. Okay, die vrou sê, so this is a statement. You see that it's a statement. Now you know that you must use dat. There she says, I can bake the cake. The woman says that she can bake the cake. Die vrou sê dat sy die koek kan bak. Okay, the kan moves it's a helping verb, so it's not going to move right to the end. It's not going to move over your other verb there at the end, which is pak. So it's going to stay like that. Okay, hope I'm not going too fast here. If it's your first time doing Indirekte Rede, just watch the video a few times, I would recommend, or just use the book and do some practice sentences there. James sê my arm is seer. James sê dat. Now he's saying my arm. He's saying my arm is sore. James is saying that his arm is sore. Now his in Afrikaans is sy. That's confusing. I know, doesn't make sense. It sounds like you're saying she, but it's not. For some reason, his in Afrikaans is sy. Okay, James said that sy arm seer, and nothing stops the is from moving to the end. No problems there. Okay. Alright, last example. Amy sê, ek mag vandag my sakgeld spandeer. I'm allowed to spend my pocket money today. Amy says. Okay, so Amy sê, so just get your dat in, and then we'll figure out the pronouns from there. Okay, so let's just make a note on the pronouns. Amy sê ek. Okay, that's she. Okay, that she can spend her pocket money today. That she can spend her pocket money today. Now she in Afrikaans is sy, and her in Afrikaans is haar. So if it gets a bit tricky like that, break down the pronouns for yourself. That's a possessive pronoun there. Translate them, do it in English, then translate them into Afrikaans. That's a trick that works for Indirekte Rede when it gets difficult. I'll show you in the videos that are coming with questions how we're going to use that tip when it gets really tricky. Okay, Amy said that sy vandag haar sakgeld. Now the mag has got to move, but mag is a helping verb, so it's going to bump onto spandeer and sit in front of it. Okay, Amy said dat sy vandag haar sakgeld mag spandeer. Okay, so we've got the dat there, we've got the say there, we've got the haar there, and we've got the mag in there. So quite a few things that you need to look out for. You have to be very careful with Indirekte Rede not to mess it up. Okay, but again, in both of these books, the primary school book and the high school book, there's lots of practice sentences, and it takes you right up to that grade 12 level, where you need to be, obviously, when you're finishing up with school. Okay, so I hope that helps. We'll move on to questions, Indirekte Rede and questions in the next video.